or for more reaction to the passing of the King. Let's now bring in the EFF Secretary General, Marshall Dlamini. Thank you very much, Mr. Dlamini, for joining us. Your thoughts, please.
No, thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity as the EFF from the international leadership, all our structures, including our branches, to pay our condolences to the family and the entire Zulu nation. Ngokudlula emhlabeni wenkosi kwesilo samabandla inkosi uGoodwill Zwelithini uhlangana umhlabathi. We want to say condolences to the entire Zulu nation. We are saddened by his passing, but we celebrate his life as a leader, not only for the Zulu people, but for the entire people of the African continent. As you know, that history tells us in terms of his involvement, even during the times of apartheid, when the regime wanted to create divisions amongst the black people of this country, he stood firm and embraced everyone who lived in the area of KwaZulu. So we appreciate his legacy and his leadership and guidance. And we appreciate the fact that during his time, even though people, they wanted to have issues when the EFF dealt with the issue of land, he did not behave or behave in a manner like all these other old people who decided to call us names, but he invited us to his palace on his 69th birthday to come and sit with us and share his wisdom and his views when it comes to the issue of land and traditional leadership. So we'll miss him, we'll miss his guidance, even during the time of when there was xenophobic attacks in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. He stood firm to condemn those that were decided that they've got a right to take other people's lives, to say we must unite as people, and he doesn't want to see any blood spilling in the land of the Zulus and the entire country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Marshall Dlamini, for joining us.
Thank you.
So now we're going to get now some reaction from the UDM leader, Bantu Holomisa, who's on the line. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. A very sad day indeed. Your contributions.
The United Democratic Movement expresses its condolences with his wives, children, grandchildren, and the entire Zulu nation. As the custodian of Zulu traditions and customs, he specifically played a critical role in leading the Zulu nation during the height of the HIV/AIDS pandemic. A gentleman par excellence who is always smart and neat, whether he's wearing a suit or is wearing the traditional gear. I worked closely with him during the time I was still in Transkei, in charge of Transkei, especially when the period of the violence in the early 90s. He used to call and say, "General, please, there are relatives of mine who are on their way to Transkei. Please provide protection until they are satisfied that the violence has subsided in that part of the world." So the king of the Zulus was an entertainer. I've been to his great places many times after having been invited. And we will miss him.
Yes, indeed. One last thing before I let you go, Mr. Holomisa, his legacy, what would you say it is?
I would say, firstly, he was an environmentalist, encouraging people to look after the nature in KwaZulu-Natal. He was also concerned about lack of food security not being taken seriously by other people. People just go and buy food in the stores. But he encouraged the people to look after or have invest more on livestock. The king, of course, was a straight talker. He expressed himself in many ways by not buying face of any person. He was too independent for the liking of others.
Thank you very much, General Bantu Holomisa. He's the leader of the UDM. We're going to get now some reaction from ACDP leader Kenneth Meshoe. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Your thoughts?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
Good day, actually. Even afternoon is even better.
Go ahead.
Well, firstly, I must convey my family's condolences on the sad passing away of King Goodwill Zwelithini. Passing these condolences particularly to the royal family and the Zulu nation. We have known King Zwelithini as a kind but assertive leader. He was a great unifier among the Zulu nation. He is leaving very big shoes that we hope will be filled soon, so that the people who he has been leading will not feel that great loss. Even though we know it is a great loss, but if somebody arises who will manage to speak comfort and healing to them, it will be better for the nation. He truly is going to be sorely missed. He professed to be a Christian himself, and my wife and I met him too a few times. Particularly, what comes to mind is the prayer gathering about 3-4 years ago at the stadium in KZN. So we are all going to miss him because of what he has been doing for the Zulu nation in particular. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you very much, sir. That was Kenneth Meshoe. He's the leader of the ACDP. We do apologize for the transmission there, hearing different sounds there. But now we're joined by COPE spokesperson Dennis Bloem. Thank you very much, Mr. Bloem, for joining us. We only spoke to you just the other day, but do give us your thoughts on the passing of the King.
Good afternoon and good afternoon to the viewers. Let us first pass our heartfelt condolences to the family of King Goodwill Zwelithini and the entire nation. This is indeed a very sad day for the country. The news of the passing of King Goodwill Zwelithini is a real shock to us. We did not expect this sad news so early in the morning and at this time. We thought that the king will pull it through. We know that he was sick and he was in hospital, but we did not expect to hear this sad news. We will remember King Goodwill Zwelithini as a peacemaker, a unifier, a nation builder, who have tried his level best to bring peace amongst people, and not only to the Zulu nation, but to everybody in the country. We remember during the turbulent years of political violence in KwaZulu-Natal, the king was in the forefront in preaching peace and bringing the groups together. That's why we see there was peace in KwaZulu-Natal.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us your contributions there. Dennis Bloem, he's a spokesperson at COPE. We're going to go for a quick break and we'll have more news for you thereafter.